Get set up here. Okay, I think I'm getting this thing set up here where it is going to be live in all the Facebook groups. Um, well, all right. I don't know if I'm really live or not because we did have some changes with Facebook and let me see. Let me check on my phone. This is the first time I've done this way. So I wanted to check it on my phone and see if I'm live. Nope. Let's see. I do not think I'm live. Or at least it doesn't look like I am. So darn it, I should have tested this some more. Um, hmm. Okay, I think I'm live somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where, but I know that at least LinkedIn can see me and YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and we'll figure out the Facebook thing as we go. But good evening. Happy Monday, everybody. I'm Cindy Baker, ADHD productivity coach, and I'm excited to be here with you. We've got a good topic tonight. We're going to talk about how to run a thriving business with ADHD. So if you have thought about running a business or maybe you already are a small business owner or you have an online business and maybe you feel like your ADHD kind of holds you back sometimes. There are so many business coaches out there that are neurotypical and they just make it sound like it's easy. Well, it is not easy, but it is doable. And the trick is to work with the way your brain is wired. I think as an ADHD coach, that's one of the things that I really try to help people with is to figure out how to work with their brain instead of trying to fight against it. So we're going to talk about how to set up your business to thrive with ADHD, so you can have a sustainable business and how to market, how to sell, how to get it to work for you. So the first thing that you need to do is identify your skills, and in particular, your skills that go along with ADHD. Are you shocked? So no, you really do have skills, and there's some strengths to having ADHD that actually give you a competitive edge over other people. There are some ADHD traits that really make you a great entrepreneur, if that's what you are, what you're thinking about doing. I mean, just think about all of the great ideas that you have that could actually be turned into a six-figure business. And you've got things like intuition about people that really could help in your business, and you're rarely wrong with that intuition. So every adult with ADHD has unique skills, but there are some skills that are pretty commonly seen in people with ADHD. So if you're struggling to figure out what your ADHD skills are, think about the things that come easy to you. Notice the positive things that you love about yourself and that you feel like you're good at. Write them down so that you can read them every single time that you start beating up on yourself, right? Lean on those ADHD skills in your business. They're going to set you apart from everybody else. There are some superpowers, I would call it, that you might have if you have ADHD. Maybe it's creativity, thinking outside the box, being able to hyper focus. So figure out what that is for you. And then also on the flip side, figure out what your, I wouldn't say weaknesses, but what are the things that kind of make you get in your own way. um, ADHD sabotage things. So, like forgetting the next thing that you were going to do or say, because that's normal part of living with ADHD. And as a business owner, you know that there's some things that you just can't forget. They would really be costly. So if you can figure out what those ADHD, uh, I don't know, sabotages, I guess is the best word for you are, then you can help stay on track. Um, because you can be aware of when they're happening, and then you can prevent them from happening. And that's going to help your business run more smoothly. So you can anticipate uh, when something's going to happen that might derail you, and then figure out strategies to counteract that. And it can be frustrating, I know, like when you forget an important meeting or, something that your business depends on. But that's where systems come in. You have to create systems around your ADHD. That's one of the things that I help people with in my group coaching program is setting up systems. Instead of letting your ADHD spoil your business, set up systems that accommodate and substitute for your ADHD challenges. That's going to help support you and ensure that you're able to run your business more smoothly. For example, alarms or visual cues to help remind you of things, or multiple alarms, even sometimes. So, if we can anticipate what our brain tends to do and then meet it with an action plan, then we're not going to be punching the air, you know, frustrated, spinning our wheels. And as you start to identify these things, you need a game plan. The person who's living with ADHD, you got to understand that most common business strategies may not work for you because of the way your brain is wired. So you need a tailored game plan to run your business. You need to identify ADHD friendly business strategies that are going to work with the way your brain is wired. Don't waste your money on courses that you forget about. They never get used. They're stuck in your inbox. And, like for instance, most business strategists will tell you to keep distractions away. But as an ADHD person, you're going to get bored if you're just sitting there in an empty room. You're still going to get distracted. So, creating a stimulating environment might be more important for you. Maybe you need some music or a fidget toy or change of scenery. Some business strategists will tell you, you got to follow this particular formula and you're going to have success. But then the formula may not feel right for you. It may feel kind of, and that's why you really need an ADHD coach who understands how your brain works and can help you with a game plan that works for you and your lifestyle, not fighting against it. I happen to know a great ADHD coach, moi. If you are interested in finding out more about my coaching program, I would love to chat with you. It really is a great program. It's helped so many people. And it's one of the best investments that you can ever make in yourself and your business. You need a person who has ADHD like me, but who's figured out a path towards success that can help you kind of craft something that can sustainably maintain and not burn yourself out. So that type of knowledge and experience in your corner is going to give you the skills and the confidence that you need to get those results that you're looking for. And when you begin to figure out your strengths and your challenges and you come up with a game plan, you're going to have to experiment a little bit. You got to be able to figure out what works and what doesn't. Look at the data, track things, whether it be numbers, could be money, show up rate, things like that. And those type of strategies are especially needed if you have ADHD, because it's obvious that you're unique. So following what everybody else does is not necessarily going to work for you. Maybe you might feel like a fish out of water a little bit. So it's okay to be different. Go ahead and figure out what your strengths are and lean into them. And that's why it's really important to test out different strategies. Um, Measure that strategy's rate of success. Look at improvements. Have things improved? Has the needle moved? Identify if that strategy is having a positive impact in your life or not. But if it doesn't fully have a positive impact, then you want to look for ways to tweak it to get you better results. So, for instance, as a coach I have ADHD myself, a lot of times I will spend a bunch of time thinking about an idea, and then I never really get around to actually doing it. Um, I get so excited, but then when it comes to the execution of the actual actions, that's where I fall short sometimes. So I had to create a strategy that gave me space to think, and create, but it also gave me enough time to actually execute the ideas in a timely manner. So I don't get frustrated. I don't get all anxious and things like that. So sometimes when I actually do have something that I need to do, I feel a little bit of anxiety. I don't know about you, but I've learned to just sort of ride that feeling a little bit and then keep myself calm, and just back up, take a deep breath, and take things step by step. Like right now, I'm jiggling my foot under my desk. So I'm doing something to kind of keep my brain on track. And you're going to need accountability. Living with ADHD is hard, and a lot of times doctors really don't get the full picture. It's just all of a medical model with medicine and that type of thing. Nothing wrong with medicine, but you need to have a support system of people that are living with ADHD like you and are thriving. Not a bunch of people who, like in some of these Facebook groups I see, that just whine and complain and want to blame all of their life's failures on having ADHD. You don't want that. In order to thrive in business, you need to be around others who are thriving. And that's going to give you a sense of belonging, and it's going to push you to become a better entrepreneur. So you're going to see that the possibilities are more than you thought, even if you have ADHD. And you'll have a community that'll cheer you on. That's one of the best things about my group coaching program. It's just that support and that accountability. Now, if you want to thrive in business, you got to let people know what you do. You have to be a good marketer. A lot of times people with ADHD, they feel like they don't want to sell. It feels yucky. But selling is serving. When I sell my coaching program, I know that I'm helping people. And so it doesn't feel yucky. I feel like there's value there. And there's a return on investment. So, and I know there's a lack of trust a lot of times with people because we've been sold to. We don't want to put people in that position. But exposing ourselves to the possibility of rejection is really scary to some people. But if you don't market, you're not going to have success in business. If people don't know about your business, how are you going to impact their life? That's why it's good to find your own style of marketing, so that you feel comfortable. You don't feel like it's something that you are just being told to do. Figure out what your audience is saying. Use their language back to them. What is the problem that they need to have solved, or that they think they need to have solved, that they want solved? And then find out the words that they use when they describe that problem. And that's going to ensure that you don't sound just like some sleazy salesperson, you know. Um, you have to be able to let people know that you relate to them. Um, and you don't want to come across like some kind of a machine, like a robot. People don't get excited about that. They want to connect with you and they want to feel like they're getting um, support from you. So, um, there's a lot more I could say about being successful with ADHD in the business world. If you're on my mailing list, I sent out a newsletter yesterday about thriving with ADHD in business, how to have business success. So reach out to me if you want to be included in that. This Saturday, I have a free presentation, kind of a workshop called the ADHD Advantage. It's going to be at 10 a.m. Central this Saturday on Zoom. So I will put the link in the chat of the Facebook group, and would love to see you there at that. So have a great rest of your Monday, and hopefully you found something that was helpful. Bye.